Alright, so today we'll be going over Horseman Wolverine, and I pulled this guy when the feature first dropped, and I was like, maybe I'll rank him up just like for a bit of fun, and oh my gosh, am I glad I did that, because this guy is kind of crazy, man. So here, this is just a quick damage test, like, without like any node enhancements, it's just Horseman. I have the Recall Masters on because, Horseman characters are amazing with them. It just provides a massive damage bonus, and also just lets them heal from the bleed mastery, so yeah, it's a pretty good time. And here, we're just going to do... It's just a bit insane, man. There we get 3 crit bleeds in a row. We drop this SP2. We get some nice crits there as well. And yeah, things are just going kind of crazy, man. Things are just going so well. We drop the relic here, which is the Wolverine relic, which is a pretty nice one because it gives extra bleed potency. Here, we drop the SP1, a nice crit. And yeah, it is just quite insane, man. That was about 38 seconds for 550,000 health. So now let's test him in mutant lanes, right? This is Healer, Hide, and Relentless Mutation. So basically, whenever you get a regeneration buff, you get a Fury passive as well. And this was just like made for Wolverine because he has a bunch of regen. Like, he has a chance to trigger regen whenever he hits the opponent. And yeah, whenever we do that, we get a Fury passive. So it's just a very nice time. And the crit bleeds are just gonna go absolutely crazy. So yeah, this like was pretty much made for Wolverine. I feel like not many mutants have like regeneration buffs to like take advantage of this. And Wolverine just has like a ton of them, right? So yeah, here we're just stacking up the bleeds. We have 2 Fury passives so far. Once we get more, it's just going to be like a very fun time. And yeah, it's just like this node is perfect for the guy. And I feel like I don't really know if there's any mutant that does it better than Wolverine. Of course, like Wolverine by himself won't be like as flashy for the node, but when he has the Horseman on, it becomes a whole different story, man. And that's just like how Wolverine is in general. With Horseman, he is absolutely crazy. Without it, he's just like kind of okay. I don't know why they delayed this release so much, like for a 6-star, because he was always like a very okay character before Horseman came out, but then they like stalled on the release of 6-star Wolverine, and then Horseman came out, so they're like, okay, now we can't release this guy for sure. And so now we have to wait a very long time, but here he is, 6-star Wolverine, and he is just quite insane, man. So here we go. We are getting a lot of critical bleeds now, which is perfect, so we can just get more Fury passive as well. And yeah, the damage output is starting to ramp up a ton. He is just melting, man. He's absolutely melting. 12k mediums right there, like 4,000 crit bleeds. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. We dropped the relic, and yeah, that was about 31 seconds, and that's not even the fastest time. No. There is much faster times here. I think this one's actually faster. This is the Whittle down lane, so basically, whenever you don't have like 3 debuffs, you do less damage, but Wolverine has a ton of debuffs. There's like 4 of them already, so the node is just countered now, and then we can just start doing our damage, and yeah, you can just see he is melting. He is melting so fast. It is just like so insane how fast he's melting, and yeah, the fight is just like kind of done from here, to be honest. Like, there's nothing he can do. We were just, yeah, it's just over. We dropped SP2, 20,000 crit, and yeah, he had no chance there. That was about how many seconds? 22, I believe. Yeah, 22 seconds right there. That's just like unfathomable, man. I think he is by far the best option for this lane if you have him. Like, I don't think anyone else does it faster. Maybe Mole Man can like tie the time, but besides that, it's just like, he's just too fast, man. He's simply too fast. He has so much damage output, and while his utility is kind of light, he does have some nice utility pieces. Like, this is utility right here, right? doing so much damage, and also having access to a lot of debuffs, right? But he has other things that we'll get into later on in the video, but for now, just enjoy this absolute destruction. Here I dropped the SP2, 24k crit at the end there, and he is just pretty much down. And yeah, that was class's advantage, man. That was, a tech versus a mutant, still like 30-something seconds. It's so much fun, man. He's so much fun to play. Now we have this lane, which is Bleed Vulnerability and Crimson Rage. So basically, if the opponent is bleeding, they will not trigger Unstoppable, but if they aren't bleeding, then they'll gain a very long Unstoppable for like 4 seconds, I think. So yeah, you want to make sure that you have the opponent bled, and if not, then yeah, it's just a very annoying fight. But here, Wolverine has like, 1,000 bleeds, right? So he can just take really good advantage of the node here, and then there's Bleed Vulnerability too, so the damage output just skyrockets. So yeah, he's just very good for this lane. I use Mole Man here. I think Mole Man just like, I think he ties the time, but look at that SP2, man. We got full crits there, and yeah, 26 seconds, just absolutely absurd. Now we have this Yellow Jacket who is very annoying because he can heal reverse you, like with the Recall Masteries. Like, if you have the Poison Mastery on, he can just like reverse the healing, which is pretty dang annoying. But Wolverine, his healing is just too strong, so like he'll just try to offset it with his own base healing. So yeah, like that's another like pro to the character. He just has insane versatility and insane sustainability because like his regeneration is massive. It is a massive regen. And yeah, he's also pretty versatile because his damage is so good that you can just do a lot of things that you wouldn't be able to do with like regular characters, you know? You can just like out damage the weirdest lanes, like the notes that weren't even meant for him. It's just really fun, man. And he's just a very like solid champion, I feel like. And here we drop the SP1 and he is pretty much down in about 30 something seconds. Now we have Sorcerer on the same lane. And yeah, most Wolverine fights are like in the same time range because while he does have RNG to him, it's not as bad because he has increased crit rating and he has like just a mass ability accuracy increase because of Horsemen. So yeah, like the fights can differ in fight time, but it like stays around the same like range of fight time. So yeah, it's just like he's kind of reliable in that sense, but also there is the RNG factor to still think about. So like it goes both ways, man. But I feel like his RNG isn't as bad as other characters. I can't really like think of any on the top of my head without like, you know, getting yelled at by my comment section. So I'm just gonna not say anything. And yeah, here I dropped the SP2. Some nice crits there, some very, very nice crits actually. And yeah, that's about 30 seconds again. Now here we have this lane, which is a very, very interesting lane because it doesn't really have any damage enhancements. It has combo party, but like that's not the biggest deal out there. And also has right back at it where like if you knock down the opponent, then they go deep with me for a certain amount of seconds, right? So you don't knock him down at all. And this like kind of just makes characters that need to throw special attacks or throw heavy attacks kind of like not good for the lane. But Wolverine, he is just a bleeder, so he doesn't care. He can just do regular combos for the entire fight, and he'll still do fantastic damage output. So yeah, I feel like that can be considered utility, you know, like not having to knock down the opponent at all. And it can like have its uses for sure. And yeah, it's just a pretty nice time. So here, we don't have to drop the special attack because if we do, he'll go deep with immune, and we don't want that because we have a lot of critical bleeds on right now. So yeah, you have to just like play it carefully, but once you do, it's a very fun fight and it's a very easy time. And yeah, here he dropped one more combo into the relic, and yeah, that was about 39 seconds, which is pretty dang good for like 500,000 health. Now we have this Loki on the same node set, and yeah, it's just same game plan. Just don't knock him down. Just, you know, let the bleeds do the work and don't think about special attacks at all. Then we'll be chilling. And yeah, it just goes pretty well. We get a nice amount of critical bleeds there, and now we can just, you know, just slow play it, bait on special attacks, and then just go back in, get some bleeds, and yeah, it's a pretty fun time. I'm not getting like the most crits out there right now. Like right there, I only got one critical bleed, which, you know, isn't bad still, but sometimes you just go like absolutely crazy with like 3 bleeds in one combo, then you get like one in like one combo. So yeah, like, you know, there is RNG, but it's not as bad as like other characters, like I said. But yeah, here we go for the relic. We just drop another combo. No bleeds there, unfortunately. I wish like it was guaranteed crit bleeds instead of just like a chance for them to be crit bleed, but that'd honestly be like kind of too good, right? So yeah, here I just dropped the SP3, and then that's the end of the fight. I was like, I'll just throw it here because, you know, he's almost down, and it's a pretty cool SP3 for like being 2015. It's still a pretty nice special attack in my opinion. And yeah, that's for like 53 seconds because of the SP3. But still a pretty nice fight, man. And that'll be it for this Wolverine like mini showcase. Let me know your thoughts on the character. For me personally, I think he's a very fun time and a very, very strong like damage dealer. His bleeds are absolutely insane, man. He has good sustainability, as well as the regeneration. And yeah, for me, like a 2015 character, he just feels pretty dang good like to this day. And yeah, that's about it for me.